Hello, Wally's Eco Buddies. Can you remember in our last story, Wally built himself a pair of Leonardo da Vinci wings and tried to fly? If you remember, it didn't end very well. Now, anybody would think that after his accident, Wally would have given up on his dream to fly. But our little mouse doesn't give up easily. Every evening, he reads articles on flight. He follows Eric the Eagle's Easy Flying blog. He started conducting flying experiments in his office. He climbs his ladder and times how long it takes for objects to hit the floor. And he weighs different materials and he checks them for their resistance to water. He folds paper aeroplanes and sees if they'll fly. In reality, Wally isn't making much progress, and he knows it. He needs somebody to help him, but who has the expertise he requires? What a storm, says Molly. I wouldn't like to be outside in weather like this. I wonder who that can be, says Wally, as he gets up from his chair and peeps through the crack in the door. Oh my word, it's Incy the spider. Come in, Incy. What a night to be stuck outside. Molly hands Incy a towel to dry off because the poor thing is soaked right to the skin, and she hurries off to make her a cup of tea. Oh, thank you. I really don't like the rain, but I got caught unexpectedly on my return home from hunting lizards. Oh, who's interested in flight? She asks when she sees Wally's books lying on the floor. So am I. Or, to be more precise, I'm interested in ballooning. And she goes on to tell Wally how every summer she constructs an egg sac made from silk with twigs and leaves woven into it. She explains that she guards her little spiderlings until they've all hatched and chewed their way out of the protective sac. My babies then climb to the top of the trees, attach themselves to a branch by a thin strand of web, and they balloon down to the ground on the wind. If you were to be in the area, you'd think it was raining spiders. Aha, thank you, says Wally. You've provided me with the information I've been looking for, says Wally, and he sets about creating a list of requirements that he needs to use in order to build a balloon. And then he asks me if there are any items I could help him procure. Now, I'm a great believer in recycling, and before you know it, I found everything on his list. Wally starts constructing his balloon. He glues layer after layer of paper over his balloon, and he allows each one to dry thoroughly, and then he paints it and varnishes it to make it waterproof and sets about making it beautiful. Molly makes pretty leaves out of used tea bags and then sets about making pretty bunting out of offcuts of fabric. Then Wally fills up tiny little sacks full of rice to act as ballast for the balloon. Look how pretty it's beginning to look. Your balloon is looking beautiful, Wally. I wonder if it's going to fly. Oh, there he goes. Up, up and away. Well done, Wally. You could have given up, but you didn't. And we hope we're going to be able to follow you on a lot of exciting balloon adventures. Wally's Eco Buddies. Remember, it was only when Wally met Incy the rain spider that he considered building a balloon. Rain spiders are fascinating creatures. Here are some interesting facts about them. They don't build webs to trap prey. Instead, they hunt. Geckos and cockroaches are their preferred meals. They don't like getting wet, which is why they're usually seen inside when it rains. That's the way they got the name rain spider. And they have nests which look like balloons. And they're known for ballooning down from heights. They climb to the tops of trees, attach themselves to a branch by a thin strand of web, and use the wind to balloon to the ground. The great news is that these spiders are harmless to humans. In fact, They're useful to have around if you want to control your gecko population. They may look scary, but they're certainly not without enemies. Wasps find them delicious. I hope you've learned something about the rain spider, and I'd like to thank the following people for making this video possible: Robin Ansell, Mrs. Dead, Paolo Candotti, and www.thevetswild.com.